2000s rappers. Would they be
in that same note? In that same note, we give Drake praise to.
Yeah.
If Drake drops,
oh, there you go, perfect. Yeah.
In that same note that we gave Drake praise to, I'm gonna argue that if Drake dropped in 2000, he wouldn't be as relevant as he was today. And hear me out. Back then, there wasn't an appetite for the rapping, singing types. There wasn't an appetite. Who paved the way for the rapping, singing types were, you guessed it, Ja Rule.
Ja Rule.
Your Mos Def.
And then 50 crushed that.
And 50 crushed that. But then came back again with his own rapping, singing. And 50 was the biggest flex of all time. He done shitted on Ja Rule so bad about the rapping, singing thing. He went on to do it and made more money than Ja Rule ever did. So getting back to my thesis, if Drake was to drop in 2000, he would not.
He would have survived 2000.
No, he would not survive rap's ecosystem in 2000.
Let me try to disagree here. Let me try to find an angle here.
And I could say a couple rappers would not make it. Like J. Cole would not make it in 2000.
I disagree with that.
Kendrick would not make it in 2000.
I disagree with that too.
I think Kendrick could make it in 2000. Kendrick could have made it in 2000.
I think both of those rappers could make
it. J. Cole wouldn't make it.
I think both of those two could make it. They just wouldn't be as big, right? So if you're talking about like, the black conscious aspect, there's always been consciousness in rap, right? Like that's how rap started.
Yeah, but imagine a light-skinned kid with like dreads.
But those rappers weren't leading the way, leading the charge. Back to what you're saying, there was an appetite for, more rugged, badass street types. Absolutely.
DMX.
And yes, the DMX, the Mobb Deeps, the Jay-Z's who, Jay-Z was in the streets.
Jay-Z was in the streets in that time. He was rapping about street shits.
Maybe even the closest example to a J. Cole or Kendrick would be Nas, right? But
no, even Nas was like fucking gutter.
No. Nas, but like there's more to Nas, right? There's more context to Nas.
Yes.
It was gutter with context and a message. And
you think
like when he taught like songs like Power, I Gave You Power,
name a song like that from J. Cole.
No, you're turning this into a whole different argument.
I'm saying J. Cole couldn't survive. Wouldn't survive in 2000.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You're kind of wrong because Nas was conscious.
I'm arguing. I'm giving you your counterpoints. We'll name a song that is comparable to that song you just mentioned by Nas. That J. Cole could have done. Because I don't think J. Cole could have the cadence or the.
No. I disagree. I think Kendrick and J. Cole definitely would have survived. Would they be a part of the big three in that era? Absolutely not. I don't think so. But would they have survived? Absolutely. So those are like, the separation. They would survive, but they wouldn't be as big back then like they are now because they literally are the pinnacle of hip hop. They would not be the pinnacle of hip hop with a Biggie alive, Nas in his prime, a Jay-Z, a Tupac, a Mobb Deep, a Wu-Tang, a Tribe Called Quest. Holy shit. Eminem. Oh, we're talking 2000. So maybe, okay, Biggie was gone. So eliminate Biggie, whatever. But still, you still have cream of the crop rappers there. DMX is another name. Yeah, I don't think they would have been as big, but they would have survived. Drake, I think I agree with you. There wasn't really an appetite for
the rapping singing guys.
He's delivering right now.
Rapping singing niggas, nope.
But could he have cut through all of that and be the one-on-one who kind of cracked the code and delivered, the singing, nice guy, vulnerability thing? Could he be that guy?
No, I'll stop you right there. An attempt of that was the Speaker Box and the Love Below by, you guys said, Andre 3000. And Andre 3000 all throughout that album was rapping and singing at the same time. Remember Roses? Mm-hmm. And his other singles, The Prototype, You Are the Prototype. Like, he was not rapping. That was all singing. Mm-hmm. But it was like melodic.
People love that album.
They love that album. They love it. But they also clowned it at first. They didn't understand it. They loved it like a couple years later.
Oh, you're right. The love grew after, not at the time.
And at the time, niggas were like, "Yo, what is he doing?" No, there was no appetite from 2000 to 2005. There was no appetite for that at all. Hey, That was pop, bro. But now that today's world would be considered
But you know what makes
rap
this?
pop.
But you know what this? Why Drake is like so amazing to me? What makes his story so amazing? Right? Wasn't just a singy-songy thing. You guys gotta remember, this is a child actor from Toronto, right? Getting into a vastly American sport, if not all American sport. Right? He was akin to the Canadian version of Nick Cannon, Nickelodeon. I remember this. He wasn't the Drake we see now. He was the kid on Degrassi, wheelchair Jimmy. People made fun of him, said he was a rich kid from Forest Hill. And even at the time, I heard stories of him going to different labels and them saying like, what the fuck? How are we going to market this guy? Because we were still relatively in like, the tough guy. Wasn't so tough as, the 2000s and the 90s, but it was still kind of a tough guy
Yeah, it was coming
era.
off the Dipset era.
Even in Toronto hip hop, very tough. We're talking about the DVD era.
Yeah, it was coming off
very
the
street.
Dipset era, D Block era.
But I don't know. You would need a professor to kind of break this down and analyze it. Drake was still able to cut through, right?
Yeah,
His industry links worked, but there was something in his music, even till this day, that had people just overlook all the bullshit that's attached to his name and have him tapped in. Now because before it was kind of like, oh, he's just for the girls like him, but the niggas love him too.
Yeah.
Everybody loves him.
Yeah.
The streets, the corporate guy, the Indian exchange student, the hot girl at Walmart, the nurse. We need honestly, this guy's
So at that
aura
time,
needs to be analyzed. I don't know how it works.
at that time, in 2009 when he came out, there was another artist who was coming out at that time who's already made a name for himself, who has a cult following till today, who was doing the rapping sing thing successfully. And he was signed to, you guessed it, Good Music, and you guessed it, Kid Cudi. Remember Kid Cudi?
Oh yeah, Kid Cudi, yeah.
Kid Cudi was the
Day
prototype.
and night.
Day and night.
Yeah.
And only honest,
Yeah.
yes, free is my. This whole album, Man on the Moon, part 1, 2, 3, like and Mr. Ranger, all that shit.
Yeah.
He was rapping, singing, and so even Drake even had Kid Cudi even had Drake in his song, "Pursuit of Happiness." If there's Drake has a cameo in that song. That's the only time they were like noted to be cool. But anyway, I say that to say this, that we had an appetite for the rapping, singing at that point because we had so much what's the word for it? We had so much.
You know what? And I guess
fatigue from the crunk era.
Yeah.
The crunk era was really fatiguing. Like all the ATL artists were so fatiguing at the time. All the the Lonnie Bobby or Watch Me Do That, whatever, all that shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, I say that to say this, that Kid Cudi was literally the prototype for Drake.
Yeah. Salute to Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
And the singing and rapping thing, there was an appetite too, right? Because it goes to your point about Ja Rule, because Ja Rule was big.
Yes, but
So actually, we got it. Okay, so it's so much more nuanced, right? So Ja Rule was really he was killing the singing thing, the harmonizing thing with the raps. So he showed these two things can coexist, and you could still be popular.
yes,
So there was an appetite.
there was.
To a degree, right? Also, Lauryn Hill, singer, rapper too, but I guess it's different when it comes from the female, right?
Yes, it's hip hop is it's so misogynistic, unfortunately,
Yeah.
guys. It's
Great success, but yeah. So if we're talking Kid Cudi, then you trace back the family tree to Ja Rule, and then I'm sure there's some other examples that just not coming to mind.
I think the family
Guys
tree
who did
is
this,
yeah.
but it does show there was an appetite, but maybe the appetite was more for the street authenticity, real dudes that live their raps out, and that's where 50 came in, and he was so convincing. He had the street cred, he had the war wounds.
Yep.
He was arrogant, he didn't give a fuck, he was funny,
Dude, hit us with 21 questions.
and he was co-signed by the biggest names in rap, Eminem and Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Doesn't get bigger than that.
Yeah. And then you fast forward to Drake.
Or fast forward to 2 years later, Speaker Box Love Below, Andre 3000. And another 3 years later, you hit with Kid Cudi.
Yeah. But Drake always loved R&B. I remember even before he blew up, he had an R&B song.
Tell me, Brand New.
No, Brand New. Yeah. That's the one. So he really had that in his blood.
That was his first single,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
I think even Tory Lanez, he's probably more of an R&B head than he is a rap head.
Yes.
I think so. Which is crazy because he does both so well. But yeah, Drake is just a unique, he's a unique monster. I can't figure it out. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is. But this is the first artist who's had the type of run that he's had, the type of dominance where he's had a culture in a chokehold whenever he wants, and just continues to knock off new successes. Like, there's no need for him to branch off and do anything else. Like, dude, if you're talking about going till the wheels fall off, this man's still sitting pretty. 17 years later, it's crazy.
I hope he becomes an actor. I want to see the LL Cool J arc for him. I want to see him on TV for the next 20 years.
I mean, he could, but
I'd love to see him on
but
TV.
I enjoy watching his clips where he does commercials with KD and a couple of like
plays
little
the same
skits
character over and over
and
again.
I love it. And they're funny each time.
And I want to see him as a
he
school
was
teacher.
on Salute to the brothers. What are the brothers' names again?
Trey and
yeah, he was on the Movers. His cameo on that was pretty funny. But yeah, America,
you're cooked.
the best rap artist is Canadian, and you have to accept that.